You walk into the room and your chest tightens. Everyone else seems to know how to do this, laughing, talking, sliding into conversations like it's nothing. You're standing there rehearsing lines in your head, and by the time you're finally ready to speak, the moment is gone. On the way home, you replay it all, wondering why something as simple as talking to people can feel like walking a tightrope with no net. Maybe this happens at work events, at school pickup, at your partner's family gatherings, even in spaces that are supposed to feel welcoming. You want real connection, not just noise. You're tired of feeling like the extra in everyone else's movie, too quiet, too intense, or always a step behind. You watch people who seem to click with anyone in the first 30 seconds and think, what do they have that I don't? Some days you start calling yourself awkward, bad with people, or just not a people person, and every one of those labels lands like a bruise on your self-trust. If any part of that feels uncomfortably familiar, this video is for you. You are not broken because social situations drain you. You are not doomed to feel like an outsider forever. There is an enemy in your head that has been sabotaging you for years. It's not shyness. It's not introversion. It's the performance mindset, the belief that every conversation is a test you can fail. The voice that says, be interesting. Don't mess up. They're judging you. That voice is the real problem here. And today, we're going to start quieting it. Instant connection isn't magic. It's not reserved for extroverts or people who just have it. It's a series of small, learnable signals that say, you don't have to be on guard with me. We can both breathe a little here. And in a few minutes, you're going to learn a 4-step system called Safe Connect that helps you walk into any room and actually enjoy being there. Step 4 is the one that turns small talk into real connection. But first, you need to understand why your brain makes this so hard in the first place. This is ConnectWithCare, where relationships are built around safety, not performance. Stay with this episode. What you learn here can genuinely change how you walk into rooms, how you talk to people, and how you feel inside your own skin. If, by the end, you feel something soften in you and you want more tools like this every week, like this video and subscribe to Connect with Care so you have steady support instead of trying to figure this out alone. So let's put a clear name on what instant connection actually is. It's not everybody loving you. It's not dominating the conversation or being the funniest person in the room. Instant connection is that small inner exhale you feel around someone when your body quietly decides, this person feels okay. I don't have to armor up as much. It shows up as softer shoulders, easier eye contact, a sense that words come out more naturally. For most people, it's less about the perfect line and more about whether someone's presence helps your nervous system shift from threat into, maybe I can relax a bit here. The first big mistake people make is believing connection is mostly about what you say. So you chase magic questions, clever jokes, openers. But human brains build first impressions much more from tone, posture, facial expression, and energy than from the exact sentences you use. Your body is already broadcasting a message long before your mouth opens. If your internal state is, I'm not safe, or I must perform, your shoulders rise, your laugh feels a little forced, your eyes dart around, and the person in front of you unconsciously mirrors that tension. Not because you're bad at people, but because our nervous systems are built to copy whatever feels like the dominant emotional signal in the room. Underneath the awkwardness, your brain and body are often just doing their job. If you've been judged, rejected, bullied, ignored, or over-controlled in social situations, your nervous system has taken notes. Now, when you walk into a room, it doesn't just see people, it sees risk. Risk of looking stupid. Risk of oversharing. Risk of being invisible. Your heart rate climbs, your muscles brace, your mind races. In that state, be yourself is almost cruel advice. You can't be open when your body is preparing for impact. So the real shift is not be confident. The shift is help your system feel safe enough to try one more tiny move than it usually would. To do that, you need a map, something you can remember when your mind goes blank. That's where Safe Connect comes in. SAFE stands for self-soften, align energy, focus on them, and expand gently. Think of it as a real-world script for the first few minutes with anyone, in any setting. And the last step, expand gently, is the one that separates forgettable interactions from the ones where both of you walk away thinking, that felt surprisingly good. Step 1 is self-soften. Before you try to connect with anyone else, you have to stop attacking yourself. That harsh commentary, "you sound weird," "they can see you're nervous," "you don't belong here," is like trying to talk while someone screams in your ear. Self-softening is not about convincing yourself you're amazing. It's about turning down the internal volume from attack to, "Okay, we're doing our best." Here's how you do it in real time. When you notice your mind start to spiral, take one slow breath where your exhale is just a little longer than your inhale. While you exhale, drop your shoulders a centimeter, unclench your jaw, and internally say one sentence like, "I don't have to be perfect, I just have to be present." Or, "Being nervous doesn't mean I'm failing, it means I care." That's it. One breath. One kinder thought. You're not trying to erase anxiety. You're giving your threat system enough reassurance to stop hitting the panic button for a moment. Step 2 is align energy. This is where your body language becomes your ally instead of your saboteur. People feel safer and more comfortable when the person they're talking to has energy that roughly matches theirs. That doesn't mean copying them like a mime. It means gently tuning your dial in their direction. If someone is calm and soft-spoken, blasting them with loud, fast talk can feel like a lot. If someone is animated and expressive, staying stiff and monosyllabic can feel like a wall. So as you approach someone or step into a small group, scan for 3 things: posture, pace, and volume. Are they leaning in or leaning back? Talking quickly or slowly? Using big gestures or small ones? You don't analyze this out loud. You just let your body make a small adjustment. If they're relaxed, loosen your shoulders and let your arms rest naturally instead of crossing them tight. If they're smiling, soften your face and let a genuine, gentle smile reach your eyes. Use soft, intermittent eye contact. Look at their eyes when they speak. Glance away naturally to think, then back. Your body is saying, "I'm with you, not against you." Pause here for a second. If you've spent your whole life tensing up around people and then wondering why they seem uncomfortable around you, this is a big piece of why. Your body has been speaking for you before your words ever arrived. The moment you make that connection, you gain the power to change the signal. Step 3 is focus on them. The performance mindset keeps your attention glued to yourself. How do I look? What do I say next? Do they like me? When your attention is locked inward, you can't actually be with the person who's in front of you. Focusing on them doesn't mean disappearing or erasing yourself. It means choosing, for the next few minutes, to be more interested than impressive. Try this mental shift. When you join someone, silently tell yourself, for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to be a curious witness to this person, not a critic of myself. Then listen for both the facts and the feelings in what they say. If they say, "Work has been crazy," that's not just filler. That's an opening. Instead of responding with a flat "same" or immediately flipping it back to your own story, ask a slightly better question. Crazy in a good way or more like, "I need a nap" crazy? It's a small upgrade from default small talk, but it shows you heard them and you care about what their experience actually feels like, not just what they do. You don't need deep, intense questions right away. You just need slightly more human ones. Instead of, "What do?" you could ask, "What takes up most of your time these days?" Instead of, "How are you?" try, "How's your week on a scale from thriving to please send snacks?" These questions are light, but they open doors. They give people options, stay playful or share a little more, depending on how safe they feel. Now we reach the step that separates forgettable interactions from memorable ones. This is where connection actually happens. Step 4 is expand gently. Once you've softened your own system, aligned your energy, and shown real interest, you have enough trust in the room to go 1 layer deeper. Not 5 layers. 1. Let's say they answered, "Definitely, please send snacks," and laughed. You've already got a tiny moment of resonance. To expand gently, you add either a "me too" or a "tell me more," and then you listen. You might say, "I get that. When life gets that busy for you, what do you usually do so you don't burn out completely?" Or, "I've had weeks like that where I feel like my brain is a tab with too many windows open." Is it that kind of week for you? You're not interrogating them. You're quietly inviting them to talk about something that matters a bit more than the weather. Expanding gently also means you share a little of yourself so they don't feel exposed. If they say they're new here and still figuring things out, you might say, I remember when I first got here, I got lost constantly and felt like everyone knew each other already. It took me time to find my people. How's that been for you so far? That mix of small self-disclosure plus a genuine question is how many real friendships begin. I see you. I relate. I care about your version of this. Safe connect, self-soften, align energy, focus on them, expand gently, is not a performance you have to get perfect. It's a gentle rhythm you can fall back on when your brain is overwhelmed. First, you regulate enough to show up. Then you let your body send safety signals instead of threat signals. Then you shift your attention outward in a structured, kind way. Then you add one more beat of depth when it feels right. Safe people don't perform. They arrive. Let's condense this into a mental screenshot you can carry into your next social moment. First, your job is not to impress everyone. Your job is to help one nervous system, yours or theirs, feel 5% safer. Second, your body speaks first, so a relaxed face, soft eyes, open shoulders, and a steady breath often matter more than the words you choose. Third, slightly better questions turn small talk into something you might actually care about. Good busy or not busy? What's been the best part of your week so far? What's something you're looking forward to? Fourth, you're allowed to keep some conversations at polite and save your deeper energy for people who feel good to your system. If you're ready to try this, if you're done performing and you're willing to practice being present, drop one line in the comments right now. Safe connect this week. You don't have to explain your whole social history. That one sentence is you telling your nervous system, we're doing something different now. If you want more tools like this, practical scripts, frameworks, and nervous system safe ways to build relationships, like this video and subscribe to Connect with Care. Next week, there's an episode on how to turn small talk into real conversation, the exact questions and phrases that take you from nice weather to I feel like I've known you forever without oversharing or making it weird. If you've ever felt stuck in shallow chat but scared to go deeper, you'll want to be there when that drops. Before we finish, bring to mind one real situation where you usually shut down. Maybe it's walking into a team meeting, joining your partner's friends, or standing in the hallway before a class or service. Picture that exact doorway, that exact room. Now replay it with just one change. You walk in, feel your chest tighten, and instead of fighting it, you take one slow breath. You drop your shoulders slightly. You tell yourself, I don't have to be perfect, I just have to be here. You notice one person who seems approachable. You align your energy a little with theirs. You ask one slightly better question. You stay for one extra beat instead of running away. You don't have to become the loudest voice in every room to be worthy of connection. You don't have to talk to everyone. You just have to be willing to show up as a kinder witness to yourself and a curious witness to one other person. Connection isn't about being impressive. It's about being present. One breath. One soft adjustment. One curious question. One gentle expansion. That is more than enough to start unlocking the kind of connections your nervous system has been craving all along.